Welcome. I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it? It's feeling good. Oh, man. So Batman is in my lap. Look out. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear this. Running a little bit behind today. We were getting ready. We were getting the community updated. We were updating the community. And it was looking good. Took a lot of work. I think I kicked some people out by accident. I never claimed to be a tech guy. So I did my best. If you got booted out and you're part of the community, come back. Come on back. It wasn't supposed to happen that way. So we're going to go into a couple things today. As you can see, time for connection. It is an interesting time. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and I've been trying to make sense out of it. But yeah, it's difficult, right? Even I looked at the hexagram, and the hexagram came in as hexagram 8, and it's really targeting and affecting the throat chakra or the communication center. And that in itself it makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of things being told to us, shown to us, and we're having to ask ourselves, can we get past this? And hexagram 8 is about bonding. It's about time for connection with others. It's about an alliance. It's about melding the parts into a new whole. Seeing connection as something that is going to bring us together. And granted, connections may be too intense for some people, right? To truly connect could be too intense. I've felt that way at times, where my connections seem to be taking too much of me. And I would back away and get some space, get some air. Find a way to strengthen myself. And that's going to be happening now. It's going to be happening quite a bit. Bubba, what are you doing? So he has 7 names, and most of them lead back to Batman. And it's quite funny. So I'm going to read something that I prepared, which I think you'll enjoy. It's about the sturgeon moon. Popping in and out for work. Oh, I thought you meant I was popping out. Okay. So we're live right now, by the way. And if you wanted to be part of the community and you want to dive in deeper, you can go to soc.live. And don't forget, we're also doing the Enlightened Love Lounge tomorrow night. And that is a cool podcast that talks about all kinds of topics related to love. And you know, love is at the core of everything. Even anger, right? When you remove anger, you got love. Remove sadness, there was love. You remove heartbreak, there was love somewhere. Love is not a single cell, it's a complex space. And so tonight is the full moon, the sturgeon moon, and as it ascends in the sign of Aquarius, I want you to think of softening the world. Think of how it illuminates the darkest corners and reveals those hidden desires of your heart as you see that full moon popping, supermoon. And beneath this celestial spotlight, the world's going to seem to hold its breath for a moment, almost anticipating the change that this lunar energy is going to bring. And just like the symbol of the sturgeon, which is abundance and strength, the moon is going to make that journey upstream against the flow, to prepare us, to provide for us, to sow the seeds so that we can sustain ourselves through the coming winter. So allow yourself to get inspired and to dive deep within yourself as you look at the full moon tonight. And I put up some full moon meditations that I invite you to try. They're very fantastic. They'll bring you to a different level of thinking, They're quantum-based, similar to the Monroe Institute. And as you look at this full moon tonight, imagine it sparking something within you. A longing or a dream, some kind of inspiration yet to be realized. And remember that's the harbinger of transformation and self-realization. And that this is a night for you to honor that deep-seated desire to transform, to bring those desires out into the light, to seed your intentions for the future. And just as the moon cycles through the phases, it's going to be about a 29-day turnaround for this energy to ramp up, to really feel it. But it's marking transformation. It's marking a cycle of growth and change. And tonight is the night for you to plant the seeds of your desires and to nurture them. Tonight is the night for connection. And as that sturgeon moon reaches its zenith, make a wish, plant a dream, set a goal. Make a wish, plant a dream, set a goal. Because tonight is your night to align. Tonight is your night to harness potential and to ride that vibrational frequency of the full moon, to dance with your dreams and to set those intentions for the path ahead and allow this moment, this moon, think of it as a clarifier, as a cultivator. Allow this full moon in Aquarius to be the beacon that guides you to your innermost desires in the depths of your soul, to establish a new line of reality. Let it illuminate your path and watch your dreams manifest over the next 29 days. You'll see them start to transpire. Maybe it was somebody you wanted to talk to and suddenly, boom, they crossed your path. Something presented itself. A commonality. Eye contact. Maybe it was you want a new job and then suddenly someone said, hey, what were you doing 7 years ago? What was your intention 7 years ago? Because whatever it was, it's back again. And we all know by now, if you don't, most of you do, 6, 7 years ago, what was I doing? I was talking about love. So again, this full moon, super moon, sturgeon moon brought me back to the beginnings. Because here's the thing. Don't try to fix the wheel. It already rolls pretty good. So lesson learned, 7 years of moving away from what I really need to do. And I've got it now. And just like the journey of the sturgeon, the journey of the moon is also a journey towards realizing your dreams and your desires and stepping into your authentic self. And this is going to be a complete blessing for you. A complete blessing. No half-assedness right now. Complete. I know we're all going to be feeling it. I know we're all going to be flowing in it. I know that you are feeling it. And I'll tell you, right now, we all need some good news. We all need some good news. We all need some good news. And in the podcast and on tomorrow night's topic, I'm going to discuss in the Enlightened Love Lounge, baseline. And why does the pattern keep persisting? Why do you got to keep going backwards? Why does it always seem like what you're working on, as soon as you get through it, you get back to it and it comes back? I know, I feel it like never before as well. Never before. And there's this connection that's coming in. In fact, is there a connection coming in? I'm going to ask for myself. Look for a sign. So I just asked a card for myself. Look for a sign. Look for a key. I feel it like never before myself. And I am not a person that likes to fluff, right? I like to find stability and balance and create in that aspect. But look at that. Look for a sign. This is me, a lightning strike, a bolt, to break through my own limited belief system. Maybe it's somebody who's going to reach out to you. Your paths cross and then suddenly, wow, who knew that you were going to be in something so special, so unique. This is a time when you'll meet or greet your process for the next 7 years, your person for the next 7 years, 17 years, 20 years, where you'll take that job, where you'll find yourself. This is it. So get to know the you. It is so delicious when you break it down. And that's why I did the soulmate meditation. If you try that, I'll put a link in it here so you can find it. And then for someone out there, let's just do this before we start. We got this beautiful tarot deck. Before we start, somebody out there is asking a question. And you're thinking about the supermoon. You're thinking about this. Something's been on your mind. If you believe, and this isn't a Star David, my friends. This is a Merkaba vehicle. This is a spiritual traveling time device where there is no past, present, or future, only now, the infinite source, the infinite soul, the indestructible goal to be with and who you really are. This is it. And if you feel it calling out to you, this is the month to take that leap of faith, to let that person know, hey, I'm interested. Hey, I'm sorry. To let your boss know, hey, you know what? I need a raise because I'm really worth it and I'm really willing to put in the work. This could be that time to say, hey, you know what? I really want to move. I really want to take a trip. I really feel like taking a chance. When you plant that seed tonight, it will foster and grow and bloom at the minimum for the next 7 years. And if you're like me, which mine said look for a sign, and I just happen to look for keys all the time. Obviously I would, right? So whenever I see keys, it calls my attention, and I'm like, wait, what is this meaning for me? So whoever out there needed to know, if you believe it so it is. Now, of course, we don't push our beliefs into any other person's path. We always allow for free will. But fundamentally, you've got a chance. So we're going to dive into this and we're going to get some clarification. Let's see what we've got. Okay, first card down, coming from the past, 10 of Wands. All right, we can handle this. So as you see this, right? Okay, so she's on the path of life. This makes sense because this is where we're headed, 10 of Wands, bringing everything with her, working very diligently, working hard. And this is also about solar plexus. So it's about bringing the confidence, and it's sacral as well, bringing the confidence to call it like it is, bringing her strength, bringing what she knows will nurture her, and carrying, look at this, carrying some Taurus energy with the bull there. May have experienced some burdens, some challenges in love connections, in life. Had to learn how to let go the hard way. But those losses brought you to a place where you actually could lean in and you could write that song, you could paint that painting, you could perform at that level that you wouldn't have had you not been able to let go of that loss to cultivate who you truly are. You tapped into it. It didn't take you down. It built you up. So the 10 of Wands signifies a period where responsibilities and expectations become overwhelming, and it leads to the need to release and to transform, which is tonight, my friends. So this is definite. This does not get more intense than that. This is where we're at right now, based on where we're coming from. Where we're at right now is King of Cups. And this is root and voice. And look at all that beautiful emotion behind you. And the star painting in the water, becoming part of emotion. A transcendental experience is yours to be had. This is fantastic. When I look at the King of Cups card, I feel connected. I feel some Cancer energy there. I feel some Pisces energy. It really pulls on my Venus, the planet, just to be safe. Pulls on my Venus planet, right? I feel it in my Cancer and Venus. The King of Cups is about representing emotional maturity, tapping into your compassion. And as the collective, it's currently about emotional intelligence and seeking to understand the depths of love and connection. It's calling you to the table to try out love once again, to let your guard down, to be a little vulnerable. Because love will never let you down. It may break your heart, but it will build you back up. Love, love, love will never let you down, ever. As long as you invest in love, it will never leave you nor let you down. Now keep in mind, you don't invest in love from lack, where you're burdening that connection and that contact to carry you, right? Love carries you because it can, not because it should. So let's see where it's going to carry us. Ooh. Well, look out. We got all the chakras in the house. Holy smokes. And this is one of my favorite cards, by the way. I've been having dreams of the trees on the Northern California coast, like the Dr. Seuss trees. I've been having dreams ever since ayahuasca in February of 2020 of tree roots. Different colored tree roots. And they're sending me messages. They're speaking to me. They're grounding me. They're giving me advice. They're giving me input. These tree roots, because they're connected to everything across the world. And this card, the Seven of Pentacles, it's got such a power to it for the present and to pull from this, the King of Cups. Because what it means is you're moving from this space, being willing to let go of the burden, to put everything together, to be present, to be empowered, to be open, to move into progress and assessing the progress up to this date and realizing that everything that you've been doing is taking you effortlessly to where you really will be. There's nothing that's gone on in your life that was a no-no. There's nothing that happened to you that wasn't supposed to. Now, the impact from your perception is your perception. But the implications, the construct, the outer walls of what it is, the house, it's here for you. The blueprints to bring you here would have been similar. Here's a little... Hopefully my mom isn't watching because might be offended. But I'm going to share something that I never shared before publicly to give you an idea of that the blueprints are always the same, but the end result has interpretational differences. So I've always had some guesses on what the status of my real dad was. And the second runner-up to step into those shoes that could have possibly been around at the time that I became a thought and a twinkle in the eye, also died the same month, the same year as my father from the same thing. So I was going to experience that moment of release and becoming a man at 21 years of old, no matter which man was my dad. And that shows me the continuity, how much consciousness does care because it's taking you there where you're supposed to go, and how you see it, how it unfolds. The fabric of it might feel different, might smell different, might look different a little bit, but it'll be the same size, the same length, the same weight, the same basic blueprint. And this is taking you to where you're no longer going to be patient, but you're going to be pushing into your future. It's ensuring that everything that you've put in to your life up to this point is going to pay off. It's about bearing fruit. And the fruit here is all the chakras. This is a Kundalini awakening. This is for those of you that are looking for a soulmate or divine partner, this means that, hey, whoa, watch out. This could be it. However it works out, however that arrow from Cupid flies into your point of view, could be that exact place where you learn that everything is possible. So, just saying. And we're leaning into love a little bit because this moon feels like love to me. I don't know, just the past couple of days, I've been feeling really, really swimmy, really supported by a lot of love, by a lot of intentions that are based in love and caring and compassion. I felt really supported. I don't know if you have as well, but the Sturgeon moon for me is about really feeling supported. So I want to get some clarification on the past, present, future and what's happening. So I'm going to clarify the past a little bit. So we got this for the past, 7 of Wands. It's reversed. I don't normally do reverse, but today we'll see what it says because we're open. The blueprint's going to bring it on in. So this 7 of Wands, as you can see it as it sits, she is powerful. She's present. She's also, each one is a different color like the chakra. She's in a deep state of thought. She's in a trance. She's looking forward. She's empowered. This is blue to white. So she's connecting her higher self with her voice. So she's reaching out across the waves to tap into this outcome through those wands within her from the past. So whatever it is that the payoff is, you actually planted that seed 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, and it's setting you up for this beautiful homecoming to who and what you really are and where you're going to go. So know that. That's incredible. And it's about individuality as well within a relationship. And it's about having a willingness to let go of the hesitancy and defensiveness and boundaries that you thought might have been healthy, but they were built by fear or built by discontent or built by ideas that you just didn't want to experience certain things anymore, so you were off to yourself. So this is a card that is about leaving isolation. So let's see what the present's going to put in. Oh, yes, sweet Lord. There we go. We have got a lot of masculine in the middle. And it's all root. Look at that. That's red, red, red. I love that. So the present is compacted with the King of Cups and the Emperor. It doesn't get more engaging than that. I'll give you that. So we got a lot of masculine up in here. I'm all about that. I'm a boy. I may have Buddha on my shoulder, but don't mistake my sweet demeanor for being a pushover. I got a jaguar on the other side. So the Emperor in this position, tapping into his intimacy, his sacral, because he's got the orange and yellow at the lower half and the red. It's speaking about the possibility and the potentiality of connection, of opening up, of extending the foundation of family. So this might mean that you're meeting a group of friends, a new tribe, that new person, reestablishing connection with someone, starting a business, branching out, maybe even moving across the sea or country or state, whatever it might be, towards what it is that you truly want. And the presence of the Emperor in this space is about a strong structure and having stability and understanding that if you embrace this, the leadership qualities, the organizational qualities, the harmony is going to find you no matter where or what you are. It's going to find you. It's coming for you, and it's going to support you. Let's see where this takes us. Oh, Lord, Lord. Oh, when the wolf lies down with the lamb, we're back in the garden, baby. We have returned back to the garden. In the mirror work program that I'm been working on religiously. So I had a mirror work program. I see you, Bubba. I had a mirror work program that had been done by hundreds and hundreds of people. And it was time to take what I've learned over the past 6 years and to pour it into that. So I poured it into that program, and I'm perfecting it right now. We've got a couple people doing it at present. We're getting ready to start a group for the mirror work program on the 8th. And it's going to be an exciting adventure into the self to release the chains of the unconscious to becoming aware of what and where you are so that you can start to perform at the level that is constantly in love. So if you're interested in that, you can contact me at info@ryankeys.com, or you can leave a comment here, or you can find me on Instagram at ryankeys2love. Almost said life, but I had to. The Sturgeon Moon took me back to the beginning. I'm back to love. I'm going back to the garden. Going back to the garden. Helping Eve find her freedom from all the hoodwinking that has gone on for the centuries, to help Eve find her wholeness, to see her children, and to see that they love her, and that they will no longer allow her to be under this burden, under this heavy rock, as a reason to hold her hostage. We're going to release her. We're going to return to the garden, and we're going to be grounded in love. And that's the goal. Now, granted, the earth isn't new. There is no planet that you're going to push into, that we're not going to evaporate and go somewhere else, just so you know. We're speaking interdimensionally, metaphorically. This is about awakening the connection to what earth really is within you, and operating and moving and manifesting in a different way, so that I myself can tap into my masculine and I can be a man. But I can be a man that is not blaming a woman for sin, right? To give the woman back her respect and to stop holding her accountable for generations of this trauma, and to start to celebrate the feminine and the masculine in any form. And that's what this card is that you're seeing right now, the final result. That is a match made in heaven. Strength. It signifies that the collective is finding the courage and the inner strength to overcome all these obstacles that have prevented us from being able to be infused with love itself. And it may not look like it on the surface, because there are a lot of non-player people that are out there. There are aspects of just the experience that are not actually here to channel the energy of all things into a rebirth, right? Think of sperm chasing to the egg. There's only one, and it's pre-selected, and it lands there. The rest did their job. They're doing the same thing. They thought they were on their way there, but they weren't going to make it, and they were never selected. So just like thought, just like prayer, just like the empowerment, just like people, we're in a space where that's also very similar. As above, so below. The principle of correspondence. And right now, you, listening to this, are equivalent to that little sperm swim into that egg with your intention, with your abilities, with your connection, with your love, with your experience. Boom, you hit that, bang, birth. You've given birth to you've given birth to a new idea, to a new understanding, to a new belief system, to one that's not going to batter people, to one that's not about waiting for change, waiting for heaven. It's not about going somewhere, and it's not going to be this craziness. When we realize that spirituality isn't about being special, it's not about waiting for something, it's about walking in it, right? Consciousness is about connection. connection and direction with desire create the fire that burns and cures reality. And the Strength card is giving you a deep understanding of the importance of the vulnerability and the power that are your inner fortitude to create a lasting connection to... Got goosebumps. You feel it? We're bringing peace back. You see, peace can't be forced. Peace isn't somebody you put in office. Peace is an inner choice. Nobody can force anyone to respect them, and if you do, that is against free will, and it does not ever work. It creates frustration and restriction, and it creates resistance, and then we've got issues. All of these things have to come on our own terms. But to do so, we have to be so open and so strong that our vulnerability is not now perceived as a weakness. It's the ultimate strength. And I pulled a hexagram for everybody out there. And as I told you, hexagram 8, it's about connection and bonding. It's about the melding of the parts into a new and strengthening the relationships, strengthening people and places and ideas that have a mutual purpose, a mutual understanding, that have a vibrational allegiance to each other, that have a frequency. And this intense synthesis will lead to transformation and unity within the collective. And as we draw upon the energy tonight when this full moon makes its magical appearance, recognize your ability to join in this, to create a positive connection and positive change, because this is the day that marks the beginning. And I'm not a prophet kind of guy, but I will tell you today, in every way, is the first shot heard around the world. This is the seed that will be planted, that will echo for eons. This is the time. This is the place. And if you're hearing this, you're part of the experience. And if you're not hearing this, someone that's listening is going to bring that to you. And it's not about being special. It's not about running away. It's not about patiently waiting for another world. It's not about finding the answer at heaven's gate, anywhere like that kind of weird stuff. It's about dropping in and getting it done now. It's about, let's redesign this world to look like what it was meant to be. Let's bring back value. Let's bring back acknowledgement. Let's bring back love. Let's bring back true sight. Let's revive our senses into sensuality. What do you think Homo Luminous is about? This right here. And for this, if we do this, there's two ways to do it. One, surrender. And that's surrender the roots, because we have to plant a new tree now. And the ground is ready. The tree has run its course. The last leaves are falling now. But their efforts don't go unnoticed. The future is made of all the moments and all the people and all the events and all the love from the past, because it's been planted and recycled, and the earth and God and Source have brought it back to life. And what will be the total account? Abundance. And abundance never was a BMW in your driveway, a bigger house, a better car. It was never about that. It was about always having enough. Always having enough. Having your needs met. Having your needs met in such a way that you didn't want for anything. So you didn't drift off and lose track of this moment because it was so magical. Because you were so thankful even to sit down and eat. And this is where we're heading. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow night. And I am actually looking forward to seeing any of you that want to jump into this new experience. A self-revival, bringing your inner self to the surface, tapping in, using the mirror and using Mother Nature to heighten your self-awareness, to give you your courage, to heal those emotional blocks. 10 days to do it. And we can shake the walls, baby. We'll shake the walls. In 10 days, you'll look back and you'll be like, wait, what happened? I promise you. If you're interested in that, you let me know. And then if you want to tune in to me tomorrow night for the Enlightened Love Lounge. And I'm also bringing on guests, right, for the podcast. So we can do a separate Enlightened Love Lounge episode if somebody wants to be a guest and you've got something to go into that is about love or about loving what you do, or if you have some ideas on any of this, always more than willing to hear what you have to say. And you can check out my book, Putting the Soul Back in Soulmates, on Amazon, and The Conscious Universe, also on Amazon. I am so blessed. I can't begin to tell you how blessed and how lucky I've been in life. And I do know that I'm going to share that with every single one of you until I'm no longer here to share. Because it's not my purpose, it's my passion. And when I do it, time stands still. And it takes us on a journey. And we find love. And we align. And we let go. We let our guards down. And we grow. Thank you everyone for being here with me. Thank you for the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful comments and messages and gifts. I'll see you soon.